Yo, what is going on? It is Monday, February 2nd, 4:48 p.m. And today was a pretty straightforward day. Shitty price action as far as my entry model goes. Obviously knew where the drawn liquidity was, and I just unfortunately couldn't get an entry to it. So let's get into the day. So coming into the day, I did have a strong bullish bias, but again, wasn't expecting much because of a 300 almost. Well, let me see what. A fucking 400 point, damn near 400 point overnight move, 375 point overnight move. I didn't hate the bears draws on liquidity either. We had a lot of equal lows for as far as internal structure, well, internal liquidity pools, and then we had London low. We had a 1 hour as far as external, more so liquidity pools, and then some sell side down here. But again, for as far as external liquidity pools on the buy side, we had Asia high. We still left this previous day high, and we just had a lot of low resistance trendline liquidity all trapped up here. We had a lot of failure swings, failure swing, failure swing, failure swing, failure swing, failure, failure. We had a lot of that stacked up, and you can see that overnight we had that strong bullish momentum. So of course I'm going to be bullish, right? Then right at open, we just one candle sprint to Asia, like a fucking CPI candle, to Asia high. On this, we form a SMT because, as you can see, ES didn't take Asia high until about 9:36. So right here, we were SMT'd like this, right? Yeah, we were SMT'd right here. Honestly, this might have been something I fucking taken on an eval, to be honest. We SMT'd right here, and we had a easy, beautiful 30-second inverse right here. Break even right here, and you could have just targeted these 5-minute equal lows, which would have been pretty solid RR. Not gonna hold you. See what would have been entered. A crazy 56-point stop, though. And then just right there, 1.6 RR, decent RR. But, of course, I'm not going to take that unfunded. I'm going to want to see more structure, especially after such a crazy overnight move. I'm going to want to make sure that we are being bullish. And I'm okay with not taking these Asia highs because if we reverse off of this, I can still get an entry to one of these lows. We then just pump a little bit more up and then start accumulating. We spent about 18 minutes, 20 minutes in accumulation. And that is right before we had 10 a.m. news today. We had 10 a.m. ISM manufacturing PMI. And right then, you know, whatever, we leave a pretty fucking huge candle at 950. And this 950 candle was 51 points. Pretty huge. Just continuation of bullish order flow. And before we get into it, but on this price leg, as you can see, we left behind a couple 15-minute gaps. No retracements. This was another 5-minute gap that we left behind, which is an important 5-minute gap to speak about. I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast. But we then, after this big ass move up, we then start rebalancing this price leg. We tag into this 5-minute. And after tag, which I wish we would have tagged into it after we had created this, but we made this 1-minute gap tagging into this 5-minute, and I seen some creators take this trade right here. Where is it at? I don't know where they're, like, I just seen people take like this essentially. Not really sure where their drawing liquidity was, but yeah. So why don't I like this trade? Honestly, I would fuck with this trade a little more if either side had actually gone and taken this data low. I wouldn't have been mad of it if we were able to get, you know, pretty solid distillation like this, break even right at the data high, of course, which honestly would have just broken me even, as you can see right here, and then sprints to TP. There was a 30-second in here, which I honestly would have preferred if I am going to get an entry, because you see this 30-second would have been a better entry because you still would have gone break even. Break even right there. Breaks you even, sprints up. Yep, you would regardless of break even. But yeah, just not a trade I like because this data low is right here, and this is newly implemented liquidity as far as this 10 a.m. red folder news goes. So now we have new technically external liquidity. We're gonna have an external liquidity draw within our stop loss. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's why I don't like this trade. But other than that, we did have a internal SMT operating inside of a 5-minute gap. This is a great continuation, not bad continuation at all. I think I've seen people take it. It was actually a 2-minute they took. Yeah, they took this 2-minute. I don't like it. I personally do not like it whatsoever. Why would I take, like, I think this is a bad trade. I genuinely do not like this trade. Even if you don't want to hold it up here, you could hold it to 1 to 2, 1 to 5. I don't like this trade. It's just this data low being right here. Other than that, solid. Also taking the data high really before solidifying your candle closure on the entry isn't something that I know me myself that I'd be entering. So for me, this isn't a trade that I see myself taking. Then after that, we had like just a little 1 minute short, previous day high. We had previous day high SMT. I don't feel like going all the way back, so that's why I just be putting them right there. Had previous day high SMT. We left, I think there was equal lows at this. Yeah, this low is equal low. Yep, there it is. Okay. There's that. See, there was equal lows right here. There was a 30-second gap within this leg right here. So you can get a 30-second gap. Also, is this there was a higher time frame gap to these equal lows, I thought. Was it a 1 minute? I swear there was a higher time frame gap, so I'm gonna just been the 30-second. But yeah, there was that 30-second the 30-second gap, rejecting off of equilibrium, equal lows right below for a perfect break even point. Even if I tried to get 1.5 R on this, I don't know, it would have worked. I forgot what trade. Will took a trade off of this shit or something like that. Oh, I'm tripping. Why the fuck am I all the way down here? It's all the way up here. I apologize. Wait. Where am I? Hold up. Let's find those equal lows because now I am tripping. It might have actually been that trade. Let's try to go back. It was these equal lows. No. Where were those equal lows? Where were those equal lows? I just know it didn't play out. So 1051. Okay, so 1050 was the entry. So it was this? It was this. Okay. 1051. 1050. It was that. Okay, I was right. I was right to start. You know what? Let me just... It was this 1 minute. There it is. Oh my goodness, bro. I was botted up. So the issue with this was that it took forever to fucking inverse. It would have hit TP. No, it wouldn't have. Would have had the market order. Like right here. It probably would. It would have hit my personal TP. No, it wouldn't have. Market order. Yeah, 1.5 probably I would have been targeting. Or, let's see. We have a 5 minute gap. Probably would have just targeted. Then we have a 15 minute. It would have just targeted that first 5, right? Let's see. Yeah, that first 5 gets you 1-to-1. Let's target EQ of that first 5. Yeah, this would have hit for me, but it's 1050. I wasn't looking for anything, to be honest. Where the fuck does this gap keep going? Bro, I gotta be drunk. It was a 30-second then, right? Yeah, it had to be this 30-second. I'm fucking tripping right now. But yeah, that was the other trade. I believe there was an SMT up the top as well. Bro, can it not? Like, I'm so sorry whoever's watching this shit. You probably clicked off because I'm being a fucking dickwad right now. Do we have an SMT up here? Yes, we did ski. We had the SMT ski. So yeah, not a terrible trade again. Equal lows being right there makes it a easy free break even, but I don't know. I would have TP'd. Not something I see myself fully taking. I would have rathered a reaction off of this 15 minute, like something like this, opposed to wanting to, like, I would have rathered a trade off of this, but I mean, it's 1050 on a day like this. I'd rather just close out by then. We're in clear bullish order flow. The drawn liquidity clearly is right here. Yeah, at that point, I'd rather just close out because we did go and grab it. But yeah, as you can see, nothing from me today. The goal this week is to hit 2 to 3 trades, get all my accounts out of drawdown, and then spend the next 3 weeks building my buffer, and hopefully in March, like middle March, take my first payout. That's the goal. So I just got to sit here, be disciplined, and continue to do this. Continue to journal, continue to look back, and continue to bust my ass and work at it. With that being said, I really appreciate you tuning in, especially with my fucking lackluster ass shit that I fucking put on today. This shitty ass performance with trying to find the fucking trade. I got short-term memory, so yeah. But yeah, I really appreciate it. And with that being said, peace, love, positivity. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. I will catch you guys mañana.